Dipty, if you like, who's here to look at the French newspapers and what's appearing online. Lots of, obviously, reaction to the election of Emmanuel Macron.
Let's start with Libération, the French left-leaning paper. They've actually dedicated a double-spread front page. Bien joué, well played, they say, to Emmanuel Macron. Bien fait, in your face, I guess that's the way you could translate it. They say to Marine Le Pen. Now, they, of course, were not very objective during this campaign. They vehemently urged French electors to vote for Macron in the second round. Le Figaro says La victoire en marchant. They use sort of a play on words of Emmanuel Macron's En Marche movement. Really, France is on the move, his movement forward, moving victory, if you like. The Arab language paper Al Awsat says France has defeated populism and pledged allegiance to Europe. Indeed, this is kind of a theme we're seeing in a lot of the press this Monday. The Belgian paper Le Soir says, well, it all begins now for Macron. The party is over, but the hard work begins now, forming a majority in parliament and electing his government. Finally, for the German paper Süddeutsche Zeitung, it's all about relief. They say Europe is sighing with relief that Macron and not Le Pen is the new president of France.
The twists and turns, we've had a lot of them in this election, haven't we, Dipsy? It's been rich fodder for cartoonists right around the world.
Well, we've just been looking at different cartoons. We made a little selection to show you how they've been covering the news. You know, whether it's been mocking the various scandals of François Fillon or Marine Le Pen, or commenting on the age gap between Emmanuel Macron and his wife, it's been cartoonists have had a ball. Here's here's one cartoon that I particularly liked. The title says Macron is unveiling his ecological program or his environmental program. Let's hope it's not this, that he's just recycling France's old political stalwarts. Now, there is this cartoon's very powerful. It's from Al-Quds, which is an Arab language paper. I guess you don't really need to explain it, you know. Clearly for this cartoonist, France has chosen the blue line towards peace that represents Macron and not the red line towards fascism that for this cartoonist represents Marine Le Pen.
And indeed, there's been some focus in the press about what for Marine Le Pen now after this defeat too.
That's right. The Israeli daily Haaretz says that she may have lost, but the fight against populism is far from over. After all, a third of French voters who took the trouble to go to the polls on Sunday and chose a blatantly racist nativist as their next president. I'm quoting there. It's hardly a reason for jubilation, the paper says. Now, what's interesting is the interest in the French campaign is really, we've seen a lot of it across the world, from celebrities to different newspapers. And one of the reasons could be that many people feared we'd see this continuation of populism. Well, there's a great satirical article from the New Yorker that talks about how French have annoyingly retained their right to claim intellectual superiority over Americans because they could see right from wrong in this election. And according to this writer, they appropriately chose their next president.
Yeah, you may think that, but the website Slate, they say that Macron's election might even mean the end of the Fifth Republic. What's that about?
Well, it's really interesting because they warned that, first of all, now that he's elected, if he wants to stay in power, he's going to have to bring about, quote unquote, real change in France. And paradoxically, it appears that Macron, who was running as an independent, is a, quote, pure product of the elite power establishment in France's Fifth Republic. Now, the fact that for the first time we've seen the defeat of the two major parties in France, well, this symbolizes the end of the traditional two-party dominance that made up the Fifth Republic. I guess Macron, at least for Slate, is taking us into possibly a new republic.
And let's end with some fun, shall we? The most important, serious bit of the programme. Celebrities.
They have been active on Twitter, Stuart.
Have they?
This is Cher. She tweeted pretty early. She tweeted early saying, "Beloved, beautiful France, you've not cowered, you've shown the French courage." I want to show you Seth Meyers, who said, "I've been a stubborn holdout, but after today, I'm going to start calling freedom fries French fries again." And finally, Madonna, who posted a video of her kids dancing with joy.
Good
Vive
dancers.
La France, she says on her Twitter account.
Excellent. It's good to end with the serious stuff, particularly those legs wobbling like that. Dipty, thanks a lot, Dipty Laurent, there with the press review looking online as well.